Welcome to another MiTunes podcast here at ManxRadio.com.
Marc Tyley, the nation's station, Manx Radio.
He's going to get his own show. He's sat in on everybody else's, over the last year and a bit. But he is going to get his own show, and he's with me now. We're going to talk about it lots, but we're going to talk about drama, hijinks, and everything else. Tom Cain, welcome to MiTunes.
Thank you very much for having me, Mark. I've not sat on your knee yet.
Well, I know. What's it say, guys and girls? Got look here. No, look, I had a word with Howard Cain and Chris Cain because I thought you must be related somewhere. He said, not as far as they know.
No. There might be a family story somewhere in the past,
Yeah.
I'm sure. It is the Isle of Man, but no, without a knee.
But it is a name you come across in the Isle of Man, as you say.
Yeah,
and you're Manx-born.
Yes, generations back Manx-born. The name Cain is actually relatively new to my family. My mother was, what was she? She was Bradford pre-marriage. Yeah, she actually researched our family tree back to the 1700s.
Wow.
Because she's passed away now, but she was the registrar of births, marriages and deaths on the island, so she was privy to access to all of those lovely hardbound records that are probably stashed away somewhere these days. I assume it's all on computer if people want to do family research.
I think they do keep the original material just in case everything goes bang. I'm sure it's all stored under lock and key in a fireproof box somewhere.
Absolutely.
Now, I did rather bit cheekily say you've done everybody's show, but you have been jumping in and out of people's shows for covering an awful lot here at Manx Radio.
Yeah.
But which one have you enjoyed the most so far?
The one I've enjoyed the most. I mean, firstly, obviously, I want to thank Chris Williams for allowing me to sit on his knee when he's been absent, because that's I feel as if that's where I've earned my bread and butter, which is quite nice. Doing that 5 a.m. shift, it's quite good to drive the roads at that hour of the morning when there's no one else around and get on air, and there's quite a few regular listeners who get in touch, which is lovely. But other than that, I recently did a 10 p.m. show for Rian on one of the bank holidays, and I just love all the various sound effects and old adverts and comical things that Rian has a catalogue of. So I really enjoyed that one, to be honest. Really good fun.
I think breakfast shows in the summer are my absolute favourite. In the morning and summer. In the winter, they're my least favourite.
Oh yes, yeah, absolutely. When it's light when you're driving in, it's wonderful because you can really. You already know what the weather's going to be before you even get started.
And you do feel you've got to start on everybody else, a jump on everybody else, because you're up there, and if it's a glorious day, you're getting more of it.
Yes, that's it. Absolutely. Except for 2 p.m. when you flake on the couch.
Well,
and
there is
out.
that. There is that.
But yes.
Now, Dire Straits are going to open up musically for you. What's driven you to them?
Yeah, well, I was thinking of my first main musical memory. So I was born in 82 and was Live Aid around 85 or 86, I think, 85.
Yeah, 85.
And watching Live Aid on TV back when we only had 4 TV channels, and to be honest, colour TV was probably only around for about 5 years prior to that. Seeing a concert on TV all day long and through the night if you wanted to, because of course it went to the States, didn't it, was just mind-blowing. Having only seen little bits of Top of the Pops prior to that. And of course what sticks in my mind about Live Aid was, firstly, Queen is the obvious one, which if you haven't seen the Bohemian Rhapsody movie, you need to see it as soon as possible. I think I've talked about that on a couple of shows before now. But Dire Straits with that initial guitar riff of Money for Nothing just gets me every single time. If you're playing it in the car, you've got to turn the volume up. You really get into the rhythm of it. It makes you want to learn that musical instrument, and even the drums when they come in. Suddenly you want to learn the drums. It just ticks every single box. And when I became a father and my children started paying an interest in music, it was one of the first things that I put on for them to get them going, and little toddlers dancing around. So yeah, Dire Straits. Don't miss a beat.
way you do it. You play the guitar on the MTV. That ain't working, that's the way you do it. Money for nothing and your chicks for free. Now that ain't working, that's the way you do it. Let me tell you, damn guys ain't dumb. Maybe get a blister on your little finger. Maybe get a blister on your thumb. We got to install microwave ovens, custom kitchen deliveries. We got to move these refrigerators. We got to move these color TVs. Move on, move on. What's that? Hawaiian noises. He's banging on the bongos like a chimpanzee. Oh, that ain't working. That's the way you do it. Get your money for nothing. Get your chicks for free. We got to install microwave oven, custom kitchen deliveries. We got to move these refrigerators. We got to move these color TVs. That ain't working, that's the way you do it. You play the guitar on the MTV. That ain't working, that's the way you do it. Money for nothing and your chicks for free. Money for nothing. What's that? Look at that, look at that.
I mentioned yesterday that my guest this week, Tom Cain, has done an awful lot of radio shows for different people, and he's going to get his own one. I'm teasing you. I'll tell you more about that later in the week. But you may well have seen him doing something completely different. You may well have seen him on the stage, particularly at the Gaiety. Because, sir, you are an actor of renown and infamy. Well, I'm very... You've been everything.
I don't like to blow my own trumpet. Yes, I have been known to be on the Gaiety stage with your good self as well.
Well, we have.
And
we
on
have shared
occasions, I think the audience have maybe seen a little bit more of me than they needed to. So
yes.
if you're one of the lucky few that have seen the shows where I've showed a little bit more flesh, then well done you. But yeah, so I've done plays on the island here at the Gaiety. Not so much the musicals, but sort of drama and comedy, things like that, since I returned from university. So from around 2004, 2005, mainly with the service players. So again, it's sort of comedies, which in the latter years, those comedies have transferred, what with Alex Brindley on board doing his direction of these fantastic adaptations from TV sitcoms, have been, Blackadder's, which played to massive audiences, and then The Vicar of Dibley, and various others, and it's just been an absolute blast. It's mainly for the social side. We have such a laugh rehearsing. It doesn't feel like it's any hard work or hardship at all, does it?
No, it is gorgeous, and I think you're absolutely right. Anything like an amateur production, if you don't enjoy the rehearsals, don't even think about doing it, because you spend far more time rehearsing than you ever do actually performing, because you get 2 or 3 nights on, but you've been weeks and months in the preparation for this. Give me a couple of your favourite roles that you've had so far.
Oh, my word. Yes, it's got to be George in Blackadder. Absolutely. Partly because, of course, on one of the nights, well, I think I've admitted to this, or other people have talked about it on air, that famously on the final night, I had to bow out halfway through the performance. So those lucky audience members got to see Mr. Brindley take on my part. For the
I was in
part
that
of
one.
play.
Remember. You were, I mean, talk about projectile. I'm sorry about this early brunching people, but you were very unwell.
Yes. No, so people either remember that performance for the fact that my little sausage dog was on stage with me, who was absolutely adorable and played his part sterlingly, or the fact that, yes, I vanished halfway through, all mic'd up, but luckily they didn't fade my microphone up as I ran off backstage.
Was it norovirus, do you think? Or was it just a bug?
I don't think so. I think it was just a bug. It was a one-off. Yes, it was very violent. Went backstage. It was all very violent and horrible. They obviously had to drop the curtain. They figured out the plan B, which, of course, Alex, who basically, as you know, he knows everyone's lines just as well as they do if they're on stage. So, yes, he had to stretch himself into my little costume and my wig, and, yeah, the show went on.
It did. I remember it very, very well. This next track, I wasn't expecting this. Talk me into How Bizarre.
How bizarre. It's a summer track from my childhood. It was either this or Billy Joel's, is it In the Middle of the Night?
Yeah.
Is that the name of the song? Because I've got many happy memories with my brother through my childhood and early teens of riding around the streets of Castletown or fields round Scarlet, all that sort of area, you know, tipping over hay bales and behaving as children do. But there was a particular summer, I must have been 13 or 15, something like that, and my brother managed to accost a farmer in the south of the island and get use of his stubble field, as they say. So it's the field after the farmer's had his harvest in. And he bought my grandfather's old Skoda from him. And we had a whole summer of delight being able to go up to this field and race this... I don't know if children can still do this these days. I'm sure it would be frowned upon, or farmers would be so agreeable. But yeah, we used to race this car around this field at a rapid rate of knots with the nonsensical view to our parents that we were learning how to drive. We weren't, Mark. We weren't. No. There was no learning going on at all. First and second gear, flat out. And this is the song that we used to listen to through that summer, so it's full of happy memories for me and my brother.
Brother Bellas in the back, sweet singers in the front, cruising down the freeway in the hot, hot sun. Suddenly red blue lights flash us from behind. Loud voice booming, please step out onto the line. Ballet bridge words of comfort, Cena just hides her eyes. Policeman taps the shades, is that a Chevy 69? How bizarre. How bizarre, how bizarre. Destination unknown as we're pulling for some gas. Officially placed a poster reveals a smile from the pack. Elephants and acrobats, lion, snakes, monkey. Billy speaks righteous, Sister Cena says funky. How bizarre. How bizarre, how bizarre.
Ooh baby, it's making me crazy. It's making me crazy. Every time I look around, every time I look around,
Every time I look around,
every time I look around, it's in my face.
Ringmaster stiffs up, says the elephants lift town. People jump and jive and the clowns are stuck around. TV news and cameras, there's choppers in the sky. Marines, police, reporters ask where, for and why. Billy yells, we're out of here. Cena says right on. Making moves and starting grooves before they knew we were gone. Jumped into the Chevy, headed for big lights. Wanna know the rest? Hey, by the rights. How bizarre. How bizarre, how bizarre.
Ooh baby, it's making me crazy. It's making me crazy. Every time I
earlier on in the week, my guest, Tom Cain, radio person and actor, said, and I think I'm right, I remember this, that you don't do the musicals. Is that because you can't sing, won't sing, don't like singing?
I've never had the opportunity.
Ah.
And now, there's been a couple of plays where I've had to sing maybe one or two lines from something because my character's sort of, I don't know, swooning someone or whatever might be going on. But so I've got good feedback from those couple of little nuances that I've had on stage. But as for singing, I think I'd be terrified. It's bad enough learning lines and getting them in the right order, maybe not necessarily the right words. But as for singing a song and being able to hit the right notes and stay in tune and get the timing right with an orchestra or a backtrack, oh my gosh, I don't know how they do the pressure.
Well, presumably you sang a bit in school here.
Yes, I was in choirs through primary school and then a bit in high school as well. But yes, I never carried on. Now, I think you've had Joe Collister on your show with MiTunes. Now, I grew up and went to high school with Joe, and she was in a blues band with, I think it was Jonathan Slight, who was in Retrospect.
Yes, she was.
With Joe, I think.
Yes, that's right.
And they were in a blues band in high school, and they almost owned the music scene. They were absolutely phenomenal. You know, even if there was a Christmas Silver Band concert, they would always bring in the blues band with Joe and Jonathan, and they'd put on this fantastic performance, these voices. So I suppose I never really felt that there was a gap to fill. And yeah, I never got to stretch my vocal cords in that direction.
Did you ever go into the guild?
No, that is one thing I've never done. And the last couple of years, because I've tended to be on air, coincidentally, when Jude has been down there doing a live reports, I've done a couple of dial-ins with Jude, and it's made me think about it.
Yeah, don't rule it out. Don't rule it out. Now then, I'm looking at this next track. Now, you weren't around when it came out, so I need you to talk me through the significance of this one.
Yeah, so this one, again, it's thinking of memories from not so much childhood. This is later on when I was at university. So I went to uni at around 99 or 2000 to do psychology and sociology. And basically, even then, on a night out, student discounts, what? That 2 for 1, etc. You know, it all becomes very raucous and everyone will dance to pretty much anything. However, this was the song that mainly the student union bar would play almost every night at the end of the night when everyone was 2 sheets to the wind. Not that I ever was, children.
Of course not.
And it would get everyone up, singing, dancing. And yeah, it's just a significant memory in my life.
I got my first real 6-string, bought it at the 5 and dime, played it till my fingers bled. Was the summer of '69. Me and some guys from school had a band and we tried real hard. Jimmy quit, Jody got married. I should've known we'd never get far. Oh, when I look back now, the summer seemed to last forever.
All this week, we have been teasing you, dear listener, with a brand new programme coming to Manx Radio in the new schedule. A Sunday morning extravaganza with dancing girls, with glitter, with wonderful lighting and smoke. Tom Cain on a Sunday morning. Look at this,
if I wasn't excited about it before, I'm excited about it now. Alex didn't tell me about the dancing girls.
Apparently a Wurlitzer's going to come up through the studio floor with your guest organist of the morning.
I knew about that.
You knew about that, of course. Tell us what's in store, Tom.
Well, it's going to be... Well, I don't want to rock the boat. Sunday morning is the time for people to relax, to wake up, to listen to some gentle tunes, and that's really what I want to do. You know, obviously, historically, I'm coming in from George Ferguson, aren't I? And I think people know what they like on a Sunday morning, so I don't want to spoil that. I don't want to shake people apart with crazy dance music or anything like that. However, I suppose the thing to tease about is that I've done a few plays with Lisa Smith, who, of course, you've acted alongside as well.
Oh, yes, and she's been up here. She sat in that chair.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Exactly. Now, we don't know when we're going to be ready, but we've been talking about writing some little comedy sketches.
Oh, how lovely.
She's already written quite a few. I don't know when they're going to be available for public ears to
Permission
receive.
to get very excited, so very, very excited.
So it's been really good. So, I mean, obviously it's a lovely long show on a Sunday morning, very easy for people to listen to as they rise, whatever the start of their day is, getting kids ready or, you know, reading the newspaper, getting that first cup of coffee in them. But what I thought it would be great to do is just a little 5-10 minute segment each Sunday morning, a little bit of light comedy that just can take your thoughts away from your week. We'll see what that comes through with and see when that's ready.
I'm delighted
Fingers crossed.
You're going to get the drama engaged in.
Yeah,
That's fantastic.
It. Bit of
Tom,
creativity,
brilliant.
bit of comedy.
7th of July all starts. It's going to be wonderful. What time in the morning do you start?
6 a.m. on air from
Until?
6 through till 9, I think.
9, or is it 9:30 even? I don't know. We'll have to see. It could be anything. The new schedule will be available before your very eyes on all our social media and web thingies. You can seek it out. Tom will be there on a Sunday. Now then, last track from you. What have we got?
Yeah, a more modern track. Of course, it might be as old as the previous. I saw this band live in London, I think it was about 18 months ago. Live, they were just absolutely phenomenal. The energy from the lead singer, the band were absolutely on point. It was in the, I think it was the Wembley Stadium Arena. So we went to see them coming out of the COVID period. So I'm talking about when you had to have your passport to travel, you had to have your proof of your clear COVID test to even get your ticket to go in, and it was all very awkward. I think we still had to have masks on. So, you know, these things that feel like distant memories in a way, but it's so fresh in my mind. And maybe that added to the memory of it. I don't know, because it was such a rigmarole to get there. And, you know, I went there with my partner and a couple of her friends who we met in London. Yeah, it was just a phenomenal show.
Well, we'll take a bit of James. Thank you for that. Thank you for joining me this week, and good luck with the new programme.
Thank you very much. And thank you very much for having me, Mark. It's been an absolute pleasure.
Here are James, and sit down.
Those who feel the breath of sadness, sit down next to me. Those who find they're touched by madness, sit down next to me. Those who find themselves ridiculous, sit down next to me. In love, in fear, in hate, in tears, in love, in fear, in hate, in tears, in love, in fear, in hate, in tears, in love, in fear, in hate.
Many thanks to Tom Cain, my MiTunes guest this week on the MiTunes podcast. And thanks to you for dropping by. I'm Marc Tyley. Loads more podcasts coming here, by the way, every single day. So keep coming back to manxradio.com.